The Tourism Hub podcast, a podcast devoted to you and your excellence, providing inspiration and education for the entrepreneurs, experience makers, and excellence seekers of our industry to take your tourism business and career to a whole new level. And I am your host, Despina Karatias.
Relax.
Hello and good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of the day it is that you've tuned in to this episode of the Tourism Hub podcast, streaming to you live. At the time of this recording, we are going live across all of our channels on YouTube, on Facebook, and for the first part of this recording on Instagram. But the main thing is that you're here wherever you've come in from, and I am very, very honoured to have the privilege of a very special guest that's going to join us today to talk about his journey and his excellence making on this wonderful tourism industry of ours. But before I introduce Mr. Simon, who will be joining us shortly, I want to talk to you about some things that are inspiring me this week and beyond. Every week, actually, there is always something to be inspired by. Yes, there's always something that we are challenged by. That's for sure. It's not to discredit or to ignore the challenges. And if you haven't had the chance to see our episode and our conversation yet with the wonderful Dr. Nazrin, I would highly recommend you listen to her insights if you are experiencing any challenges around your mental or emotional. See, she's already in my head. Rather than saying mental health, be addressing it as your emotional health, to be asking yourself, how am I feeling? How am I feeling this morning? How am I feeling through a situation that you might be, ruffled by? And I think that can change the framework. What I am inspired by is with my work with Tourism Tribe and Navi Digital, speaking with so many tourism operators from around the country, I'm inspired and I'm excited for what's to come for the Victorian industry, because it has been, and now I think we're starting to see the light that it has been, in a way, opportunities that we are about to embark on as we come out of COVID. So that's something, and we have to kind of look forward to as we take those steps of keeping our communities safe, keeping our businesses safe, keeping our staff safe, and coming out of this to make that next step to recovery for our businesses. Now, I can see I've got my wonderful guest in the green room, per se, so I'll let him get settled. But something else before I introduce Simon that is also getting me inspired is some work that my team, and I still call them my team, they're very much part of my DNA at Global Ballooning, have launched something really, really exciting this week. So at Global Ballooning, now this is an aviation operation. So I was very much there and heavily involved as their CEO and MD for a period of time pre-COVID. I've had a journey of about 17 years with them, starting back in 2002. But what I am inspired by what they're doing right now is that to really elevate Melbourne and give us something to look forward to and to help their business and the team at Global is the opportunity to build a We Are Melbourne balloon. So the way right now at Global Ballooning, we can't fly. Bookings have almost been, it's been quite a dire situation. So where they've innovated a whole concept is that you have the opportunity to go and buy a panel from a balloon and put on your message. So there's corporate messages that, it could be a corporate, there's 3-layered opportunities. So I'll just get Glenn, if you wanted to bring that up for a sec there, just to give the global team some love. So they've called this a love letter to Melbourne. And what it involves is your message. So there's 3-tiered messages, and $100 message that you can pop on there, a $300, a more extended 150 character message, and then you have the opportunity to buy a panel, like an entire panel of a balloon. So you can see from tag and name, share a message, and really stand out. So we were talking about innovative ways. Yes, the government support is extremely helpful at this time, and it has been. I think even up until now, the team, many businesses are surviving through JobKeeper and through assistance that is still yet to come. But making use of assets that you have in your business, of real estate that you own, whether it's digital or in our instance, and I still say I'm kind of like, this is like, I can't unballoon myself ever. There's opportunity here that, as we come out of COVID, we can also come out of this in a much more, in an inspired way to spread the message of love and hope over Melbourne. So this is something to be able to do this. You could go to mycause.com.au at events, and then you can search a love letter to Melbourne to go and have your name up in the balloon lights flying over the city. But without further ado, I can see Mr. Simon. We will have this conversation another time. But what I did want to share is a love letter to Melbourne. If you look at my course, something else exciting that's happened this week is that had the experience and the opportunity to launch a new course. So quick wins for tourism businesses, what you can do to ignite your business. So for businesses that need really practical, easy, zero cost things that you can do in your business at the moment, I've got a new, really affordable course that's available on instituteofexcellence.com/courses, or the other way around, courses.instituteofexcellence. You can just, if you go to instituteofexcellence.com, you'll see a new course there, quick wins that you can do to ignite your tourism business at the moment. But apart from that, I think what we intended, we're going to have a take 2 with Simon, and I will, so Simon, this is okay. The Wi-Fi is just not connecting with him. So thank you, Simon, for joining. We will make a take 2. But look, it's good to connect with you guys. I think what COVID has really, in terms of what has kept me going and kept me getting out of bed every day at the moment is having the opportunity to meet people like Simon. I have never met more, been inspired by more leaders and businesses that are taking some really good action, just thinking differently. And you see from the likes of Global Ballooning, Take It Easy Tours that we spoke to on Wednesday. So if you haven't seen the episode from Take It Easy Tours on that we broadcast, just go back to the video library. Otherwise, have a listen out for that coming to you soon on the podcast as well. So we'll take this as a little check-in to say hello. From me personally, I am taking each day as it comes. It hasn't been easy, but it's been worth trialing new things. It's been worth reaching out to leaders like Simon to say, hey, I would love to hear your thoughts. It's been worth, I guess, just having the courage to change and doing things that not so comfortable in doing, and learning from that. You can see in the background there, I've got a sign up saying pressure is a privilege, and I heard that from Billie Jean King. I didn't quite know who she was, but at the Women's Cricket World Cup earlier this year, she was on a panel speaking with the leading cricket women in cricket. So here was the 80,000 people at the MCG celebrating a world cricket final between Australia and India. It was my first cricket match and my first interest in cricket, to be completely honest, that I was at this final. Now, I was fortunate enough to kind of get a lanyard to the corporate box beforehand, and there was Billie Jean King, a tennis great, taking stage and sharing her experience as a woman in sport and her journey in tennis. But my most memorable thing that I got from that experience was she said, pressure is a privilege, people, in her American accent. Now, I had no idea who she was. I didn't. The name Billie Jean King didn't ring a bell for me. But what now I will never forget her, because that comment there when she said, people, pressure is a privilege. She's an American tennis great. I was like, wow, I've never quite heard that before. Pressure is a privilege. So if you're feeling the pressure to get things done in differently, if you're feeling the O word of overwhelm, feel it and own it and know it's there, because you're doing something great. You're feeling that. You're feeling the pressure because you have a responsibility to do something beyond of what is expected of you. So to hear that come from someone that really has left a legacy in women's sport, that will always stay with me. So even coming together now, we have, like, the unforeseen stuff happens. Here's a perfect example. I've been looking forward to speak to Simon since I met him a couple of weeks ago. It didn't work out. It doesn't matter. We're human. Things happen. We've tried. He's tried. We'll reschedule. We'll do it another time. Yes, it comes with an element of pressure, because I wanted to really impress how I wanted to I wanted to make the most of his busy schedule and his time. But you know what, like, we've got another story to tell, and we've learned something more about how to do this better than today than we did yesterday. So pressure is a privilege. Be easy on yourselves. If you are feeling overwhelmed, reach out. Recently with my team at Monarch, they've done something wonderful for the team and engaged in a employee assistance program. So also, not that employers might be feeling the pressure and the overwhelm, but also extending the level of support to employees. So just really looking out for each other. And that's what that is a key, that is a real key takeaway there. And there's things to look forward to. Another colleague this week said, you know what, there's a sugar rush coming in Victoria, but we want we want what's coming to us when we come out of COVID, and feeling the pressure of planning, feeling the pressure of the unknown, and feeling the pressure that, okay, we've got to change over. Who's going to stay on JobKeeper? Who's not staying on JobKeeper? And how will we survive? Let's just say, like, let's make sustainable changes and look ahead with what's, okay, how are we going to get through the next month, the next 3 months? What is the next, what could potentially the next 12 months look like for us? And that's something that I really, I'm enjoying every single day with my tourism tribers. We're connecting with businesses and helping them make make these plans. And to a larger extent, this is why Institute of Excellence even exists. You know, the whole premise and motivation of starting a training and mentoring business was to ignite excellence in people first. It's got to start with you. It's got to start with me. It's got to start with we. So if we can hold ourselves to a level of standard of whatever that means for you, but always be thinking, where am I at now, and what is the next? What's one thing I can do to take that next step up from there? Well, that's a lot of learnings today, a lot of learnings every day. I am going to make another time and have a take two with Simon. There will be a take two, absolutely 100%. Maybe throughout the week, an evening throughout the week will be wonderful. And I am also look out for an episode with Kif. That will be another take two. We had a great lengthy conversation during stage lockdown number 1. And we will back that up with the how different stage 2 was to our motivation. And that is something else. I mean, it's been very different feels, hasn't it? It's been very different feels in stage 2, where all that, like, oh, this is different, we get to homeschool and I'm going to do all these things that I wanted to do, but unfortunately it's something that we felt it. Things that got really real for a while there, but we're making plans. Well, really, this is effectively officially our last week for everyone that's in Victoria. So next, it will be kind of the final hurrah next Saturday. Okay, unless there's not much, I will take the learnings from this episode and we will sending you all love. Thank you, Simon. We tried to make the best of it. If he's listening, thank you for joining anyway, and we'll make a new time for you. But until next time, my friends, check out all the other podcasts that are being dropped on Tourism Hub. Please subscribe if you have the means and the time and you have listened. It's showing me that there's a lot of listeners there on Tourism Hub, but there's not much. But I would love your feedback. Your reviews mean the world. If you could leave a little review on Apple or Google Play or Spotify, wherever you see it, it will make a world of difference to keep the resources going and keep these things happening. But until then, I wish you well. I give you love, and be excellent today and every day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And sorry it didn't quite work out. We'll try again next time. Thanks heaps. Bye. Thanks again for joining us on the Tourism Hub podcast. If you found this podcast valuable, it will mean the world to give us a review on Apple iTunes. We're also live here every Saturday at 2 p.m. across all the Institute of Excellence Facebook and YouTube channels. And you are all invited. Be excellent, and don't forget, we also have courses available at instituteofexcellence.com to help you and your small business greatness.